What is going on, buddy?
Hello.
It is Pixel Partners here. And welcome back to 999. When we left off, we finished that chaotic fucking storage room over there, whatever the hell they called that place. But Seven went on story time and told his story in full. We had the first half before, but he got us in the second half. Not gonna lie. We saw the stuff about when he found the kids inside the old ship, the Gigantic, and Santa's connection with June, I guess you say, or Akane, which that whole thing, trying to figure out did she died? Did she die? I don't know, man, because she's fucking here. Yeah. So don't know what that story is, but I'm sure we're gonna figure out at some point. So we might as well push forward.
There's some trickery happening.
Yeah, I don't know if I said it on video towards the end, but maybe there was some kind of swap because there was a whole gap and they couldn't see through the door, so they don't know what happened. Any old body could have been thrown in there. But
then, like, who would have done that and why?
I mean, that would have been Ace. The reasons why we don't know, but maybe there's something June's hiding that we don't know. There's so much we have to get into. Let's go then.
Because, like, she obviously doesn't seem to have any memory. Otherwise, she'd be like, brother, you know?
Yeah. Well, unless she's trying to hide something. You never know. But it would seem so. But we're yet to be out of danger. You're right. Let's hurry.
Skedaddle.
This exit needs the Uranus card, too. Hey, Junpei. Yeah, I know. Swoopy swiping.
You gotta do everything.
I know. No one else has hands around here. All right, it's open. Let's go. Okay, Neptune key. Let's see if you work. Yes, I think it unlocked.
Hey.
Oh boy, here we are. It says incinerator. So this is the incinerator.
Incineroar. It's the same colors.
Oh god.
It is.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so. Then there'll be a lever near the door. Yeah, right here. Well, that door should open. Got it. We find 4 bodies extra crispy.
No.
Battered and fried.
Ew.
Let's go.
That would raise so many more questions.
Yeah.
What
the hell's going on? What's wrong? Are you okay?
Jumpy, you came to get me.
Of course I did. I made a promise. I'm going to assume that Ace probably manhandled his way through and took Lotus outside the door with him like he originally intended from long ago. But, yeah, of course not. I made a promise.
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
Hey, what happened to you?
What happened to Santa? Looks like he got some fucking broken ribs or something. He better not have gotten stabbed. I will.
Listen, as they say, with this value of fuck around, you see what happens. Fuck around and find out, okay?
Fine. Are you fine? I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good.
Because you're dead. Okay.
Feeling a lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
Yes, I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine.
Never wakes up again.
Oh my god. You shouldn't worry about me. Buddy, are you okay?
Santa? Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You had it somewhere?
I don't have it. I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
What? Who took it?
What, isn't that obvious?
I took the gun.
Yep, there it is.
Oh boy, back to this art. Great.
Oh no.
Ace! Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I ought to say, Gentaro Hongo, CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. You have me at a disadvantage and I don't like that. You know me, but I don't know you. You have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to understand my pain?
Oh, boo-hoo.
The pain of prosopagnosia, right? Huh. Another irritating insect. And how do you know that, Good question, actually. No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me. This is a waste of time anyway. It's time for me to go. First is 1. Give me your hand.
Lotus, no.
8. And with this, 9. Ninth man. Kubota's bracelet. I believe I've won this game. I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose. Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is. What the hell are you planning, Santa? At any rate, this game ends now. I will escape and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending. I suggest you enjoy your final moments. Goodbye. Wait!
Boy, Seven's probably getting flashbacks.
Yeah. What? What? Why isn't it opening? One more time.
Jesus. Ah!
Now open. Hey, that 9 might be a 6. No. What is this? Why? The digit root should be 9. It has to be 9. Then why isn't it opening?
Oh, he angry.
Now. Ah! That felt like a punch behind like a 7-foot titan. That is 7. That's why his name's 7. He's 7 feet tall and
oh my god,
700 pounds of muscle.
I wouldn't be
right
surprised if he was 7 feet tall, to be honest.
He looks it.
Yeah.
Ah!
Whew, that was close. Too close. Thank you, 7.
Don't mention it. Just one punch ain't enough for this piece of shit. After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces. But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good. Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat. 9 years ago? Then you must be. Yeah, you finally figured it out, dumbass. Oh. Junpei makes a calm walk up. Ace? You killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashito, didn't you? Wait, Nijisaki? Oh, right, you don't know yet. Alright, we'll just go through them in order then. Let's start off with Kubota. You talked to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone.
Yeah, yeah.
You killed him without making it look like you killed him. The way I figure it, you had 4 motives. 1. In the Nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous. Whoever had the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital root, which means that number 9 could do whatever they wanted. You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself, so you could make use of its power. In fact, you did use it in the murder of Nijisaki. 3. Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem. He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before. You needed to silence him before he told anyone. And 4, but last and perhaps the most disturbing, you used Kubota as a test. You wanted to know how serious this Nonary game was. Was it truly life or death? Or simply a harmless prank? You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota. But he was only the first. Next was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing parts of the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room.
Yep.
However, because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki. Chiefly because when you met him, he was dressed like Snake. That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake. No, that's not. That was Nijisaki? Why? How did... I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago. You remembered him because he was the blind kid. But his presence made you think, Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me. But if that's true, why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me? Whatever the reason, anyone who knows my past is a threat. Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill him. The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet. You just waved it over the red, verified your own number, and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel. Then, when the door opened, you kicked him in. 9 seconds later, the door closed. And then 81 seconds passed.
Yeah.
And poor Nijisaki was dead. Then you mean to say Snake is still alive? Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new. Fuck. Thank you for killing the wrong man, but I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead. Although to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
I really like Snake.
Well, I wouldn't blame you.
Oh my god.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death. When Clover and I were investigating the chart room, you came over to talk to me. Do you remember what you said? Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it? I handed it to you when you left the room.
Mm-hmm.
You had been in charge of the Nonary project. Of course, you would have known the solution to every puzzle, which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse. All you had to do was place the watch in the indentation on the door to unlock it. With the door open, you get into the captain's quarters. Musashido was there. Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it. You picked up that axe and buried the blade deep into the other man's chest. One blow was all it took. Then you returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened. There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment? I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand into my vest? You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote. But that wasn't really what you were after. Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good plan. It had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you. You must have been desperate. But what made you willing to risk it all to do it? Ace? Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it, but why? Because of this. What's with the paper? Just read it. Okay, let's see. Number 1. There are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal.
Oh.
The first is to win the Nonary game. The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I prepared a camera in the captain's quarters. The images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world. That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Simply look into the camera and repent. Once you have confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you. The decision is yours. Do as you please. 0. Huh. When I woke in that room on D-Deck, I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters.
He would rather kill the witness than confess and get off.
Yeah, as you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else. If I could, then my alibi would be set. At least that was the plan. Unfortunately for me, you got to it first. That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice. You meant to kill him from the beginning then. Musashido, I mean. I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him, and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he'd only just awoken from sedation. I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him. But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning.
They probably got heavier doses of the stuff.
Even though I didn't know who he was. I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness. Ace, you've figured it out, haven't you?
I was gonna say...
You were being manipulated.
0 used him to take care of everyone else.
Yes, so it would seem. I was a little more than a puppet in many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in a large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake.
This is so smart.
There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back. Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap. But yes. Yes, this was a trap. It was Zero's trap and I fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. I did everything he wanted me to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
By manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands. All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this Nonary game happened. Am I right, Santa?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any...
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kuroshiki, huh? My memory came back to me, kid. You're Aoi Kurashiki, no doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you.
The dots.
But hey, I guess it's all part of your plan, right? After all, the person who played the Nonary game this time around was Zero. And Zero's you.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh? Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh? Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki.
But I'm not Zero.
Yeah. Was one of the kids in the Nonary game 9 years ago. I made it out. So did Snake over there. But there's one thing. No, I guess there's two things you got wrong. Number one, I ain't Zero.
What? Wait, what?
Sure, it was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant. Like a secretary. But an assistant's only an assistant. I didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
June. Okay. Then, if you're not Zero, then who the fuck?
Calm down there, Junpei. Didn't I say two things? You made one more mistake. Junpei, you just said all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this Nonary game happened. But that's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose. There's another reason you guys were playing the Nonary game.
Huh?
To save someone.
Save? Someone?
Right. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
But what the hell are you talking about? Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw it. What? What the hell, Wes? Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki? On my head. My head, it feels like it's gonna pop.
Seven, what the hell is going on?
I don't know. I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode.
What was the Nonary project? I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time. It was a project designed to test a particular phenomenon. And what was that phenomenon? For two organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact. The morphogenetic field theory. Could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information? That was what this experiment was conducted to determine.
Uh-huh.
There were two separate locations. One was a gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q. The 9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles, copies of identical ones on the gigantic. They were told to send their answers into the morphic field set. Holy shit,
that's a new one. They decided to have this.
And transmit them to their brothers and sisters on the gigantic.
Huh.
The transmitters were put in Building Q, and the receivers were put on the gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up, but there was a mistake. Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. However, for some reason, she was placed on the gigantic with the receivers like me. Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A. Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the gigantic.
Huh.
I think I've told you enough. You get it, don't you? I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Well, what is going?
Don't play dumb. You know things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't. How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia? How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nijisaki was killed? Were you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo? And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in? How the hell did you open it?
No, well, that's easy. That's He knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information. That No, this is novel mode. This is interesting. Novel mode's always been in third person, but novel mode is suddenly in first person. Every time, novel mode at the beginning, and when it forces it, novel mode is always third person.
Whoa.
But now it's first person.
Is this us?
I don't know if that's how fucking meta they're going, but let's find out. He knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information that I sent him through the morphic field set. It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate futures then? Imagine a river that splits in two, like an upside down Y. Like a flowchart, if you will. The river flows from top to the bottom of a single stream in two branches. Like this! Okay. It only flows in one direction. It can never flow backward.
Unless this is Santa talking. I don't know.
It would have his name next to it. And there's not. Information is the same way. It moves from the past to the future, but never flows backward. That's why people at the river's source in the past will never know about those downstream in the future. But the people downstream will never know about one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river. But I am different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happens on either fork of the river.
What is it? What are we? We're Freyr.
We're Freyr?
Yeah.
Even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? I am I, the 9th letter of the alphabet.
What the?
But I am also 0. No, that's not true. I'm not really 0. Not yet. Perhaps you could say I am less than 0.
I'm -1.
0 is my future. In 9 years, I will be 0.
What? What?
Is that June from the future sending us a message in November? Where did she go? June? No, Akane. Where did you go?
Santa.
Why is Clover... Oh shit.
Freeze.
Oh, dear God. Santa's got a
I
gun.
thought that too.
Guess he picked it
Stop,
up.
no.
We weren't watching. Looks like he's turned the tables on Ace, though. Wonder how he likes having a gun to his head.
Get up.
Sure isn't about to take that gun off him for a minute, is he?
Yeah, no.
Ace isn't putting up with any kind of fight. I mean, I don't think I would either, but he looks just kind of drained. I guess he's going for the door, huh? He doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but... Hey, what's your plan, Santa?
I look there just like, yeah, Ace
What are
is
you
an asshole,
doing?
do whatever.
He can't get through any numbered doors with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking?
Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus.
Going up the fucking chimney, boy.
It's time for me to make a wish come true.
That's it? That's all he's gonna give us? What the hell does that even mean? Shit, they're out. Guys?
Hello?
And now the gate's shut. Looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. You're all looking at me. At least Seven's headache is gone. He seems to be alright. Well, I guess there's no harm in trying. Let's see if this door still opens. Damn, well, looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
You mean we're trapped?
Yep. So it would seem. The hell is Santa trying to do?
That's what I want to know. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, what? If you consider where we are, there can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
No, you can't be serious.
Oh, but he is. Shit, we gotta do something. Maybe we can still get out through door 9. There's the red. Yeah, alright, we can do this. I've just gotta... No, it's not gonna work. There's no way. The 5 of us can't open this door. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 equals 26, which is 2 plus 6, which equals 8. Is there any combination that'll work?
Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook?
Okay, here you go, Math Whiz. Sure, why not? I don't think I'm gonna need them. Ever again. When I'm dead. Oh, she certainly looks purposeful. Looks like she's writing equations. A lot of them. Huh? Oh man, she doesn't look very happy. But hey, no need to be ripping out pages like that. Jeez. What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that. Or at least Seven's got it away from her. Maybe now I can get a look at what she was writing. Let's see.
Boy, she was really trying to figure things out. Oh.
Only one combination that works. Uh-oh. What? And there's no other way. Lotus. Looks like she's figured it out, though. And this is just too cruel.
It's okay. Go.
Lotus. Come on, you know we...
That's
come on,
it,
you know
yeah.
we can't do that.
Oh, don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
God damn it, you idiot! Whoa, where the hell did that come from? Looks like she expected that about as much as I did. Without if you're not... Look, it'd be bad, alright? For Copy sure doesn't have much confidence.
Bad? Do you like her?
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job.
Huh?
But look, I'm just not leaving you behind, alright? End of story.
7.
He's right, I'm not leaving you either.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
That's Snake.
Oh, you didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
Oh, you're all idiots.
Act as tough as you want, Lotus. We can all see you're about to cry. That being said, however, don't be able to open the door anyway. Even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
Huh? Why?
Don't trust you remember what happened to Ace? I couldn't see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess that he was attempting to do what he was attempting to do earlier at the Red. Oh yeah. Now what is this? Why? The digital route should be 9. It has to be 9. Then why? Why isn't it opening? Just to see, why don't we give it a shot? Give it a shot. Yes, that is what I said. God, bumbling buffoon. Here we go. Here we go. Go for it. It's a 4. Okay. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9.
You were right.
It ain't opening. But it did open 9 years ago. The digital route was 9 then, I'm sure of it. You think maybe they changed the settings? Perhaps. Shit. If we can't get through the door, we can't get out.
Where the hell is Jude?
Bro, at this point, I feel like we're sixth sensing this shit here. She never existed after 9 years ago in the first place. It's been a ghost in our fucking memories. The walls are way too high. There's no way in hell we could get to that hole 7 popped out of 9 years ago. All we can do is stand here and stare at this door with a 9 on it. I guess this is it. This is the end. Game over. We all die.
But like, Santa had her hostage.
Okay. Well, you have
Akane vision.
Yeah, you have some dialogue now. Akane is here. I should have fucking said it. Okay.
I was watching. I'd watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. I possessed his body. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums I heard. Smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. My mind, my consciousness was inside of him. Through the morphic field set, we were resonant and we were as one. I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. It started with a tremendous noise like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 years ago.
9 hours ago.
9 hours. I'm so used to saying, I'm starting to hear it saying 9 years.
Yeah.
9 hours is a lot different than 9 years. A bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. That was when my resonance with him began. My resonant event melted into him and we became one. Inside of Junpei. Somehow I found myself in Junpei's mind, 9 years in the future. But I didn't lose myself. I was living in 2 realities at once. One was the present and the other was the future. Perhaps you can think of it as 2 movies showing on the same screen at the same time. Eventually it becomes difficult to separate them and determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on over here!
No, come on over here! That was my brother Aoi. He was yelling. I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. They all looked like they were about my age. Come on, hurry up! We ran down a long straight hallway and burst into the large hospital room. Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys got in a fist fight. A girl watching them began to cry. I want to go home, she cried. I want to go home. Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her.
It has been 2 hours since the nonary game began. We were starting to fall apart. But just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking.
Yagami?
He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake.
Hello, everyone. Could you come over here for a moment?
He was older than most of us, and his voice had authority and dignity. The fights died down, and we gathered around him.
I have a little sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in Building Q and is desperately trying to send information over to me. Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. Oh. In his hand were 9 four-leaf clovers.
How convenient.
Yeah.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted. I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant
Oh
is,
my god.
well, it's difficult. My sister means a great deal to me, and I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her.
Dang.
Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 four-leaf clovers would be appropriate. Every one of you has a brother or sister in Building Q with Clover. For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand? If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need to trust and love. We need to have faith in one another. We can take all 3 of these to heart, and I promise that good luck will come our way. Did you know that the leaves on the four-leaf clover... I don't even know if that's him or if
Oh.
Homie kicked in. I don't know. Those leaves are leaf words. Okay, I'll assume it was Sim still. So, if
Yeah.
you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of
Yep.
these. They're a promise between friends.
He gave a clover to each of us. I took one too. Eventually, he was left with only a single four-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say.
Now don't ever forget, so long as you have that, you will always be connected. Do you understand?
When he finished, the tension of only a few minutes before was gone. We were calm.
And then the Fire Nation attacked.
After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer and opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found a door with the number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel. We split into 2 groups and walked through the doors. Before long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel. For some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time it was only 1. But if there was only 1 door, that meant only 5 people could escape.
What are we gonna do?
He began to panic. Then, as if things had not gotten bad enough already,
There we go.
I lost the ability to read.
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. I've done this so many times. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
I'm trying to figure, is there something behind the fact that it's 18 minutes? Not any flat number, like not
Yeah,
15,
it's so
not 20,
weird.
it's 18. Very specific.
Dude, it's 18 minutes until the incinerator goes off, and every time they have to do the find the dead, it's 81 seconds. It's flipped around. I don't know if that's on purpose.
Maybe. Now
Or it's
my
just
thought,
a pure
well,
coincidence.
here's the thing is that 18 is technically, its root is 9.
Yeah,
Everything
so
ties
is
back to 9
81.
again. 81 is the same exact thing. I almost wonder if the door is not going to open unless the incinerator is activated. That's the only way for the door to actually be finalized and ready to take the actual codes. Because at this point, if some of those kids open the door, they're doing it when the alarm goes off. And it sounds like the door was open at some point, apparently, because Snake said that it definitely worked before 9 years ago.
Yeah. I remember what 7 was talking about, too.
Yeah. Anyways.
Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
What? What's happening? Oh no, man.
What did that thing say?
That didn't sound good.
My brother always swallowed hard and answered.
I think it means this room is gonna burn. I guess that could be...
Burn?
The plaque on the door says incinerator. And that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And incinerate means to burn.
No!
Help me! Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. No. Then...
Black and white bear popped out.
No.
Hello. That's not a well, I mean, he is wearing a black shirt and white pants.
No!
My name is Monokuma.
No!
Nice to meet ya.
Stop!
Anyways, it's emotional. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
High up on the wall, a door opened and a man appeared. Not a bear, but a man. It was huge, frightening mountain of a man as large as a bear.
Fuck. Motherfucker.
No!
I'm gonna choke on my spit. Oh man.
Peter! We would call him Seven.
Don't worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective.
Oh my god.
I'm here to rescue you.
Ugh. The rest happened just like Seven had said it did. The four of us who had stayed behind were saved by Seven. We crawled through the vent away from the incinerator and slid down into the hall. We came out on the other side of door 9. On the wall opposite the door was a set of double doors. We went through those and began to run up the spiral stairs. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me were Nona, my brother Aoi, Snake, and Seven. The other children, the ones who'd gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead.
So, how'd she disappear if she was leading?
Yeah,
That's what throws me off.
I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt across as many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spiraled upward like a tornado. Eventually, I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they'd caught up. That was when I realized... Oh no, where is it? Did I drop Jumpy's present? I knew I had it with me when we passed through the vent. Then, had I dropped it as we slid out? I had to go back. I had to. But I knew I couldn't tell the others. They would stop me, I was sure of that. I didn't stop to think, I simply moved. I ran to the central hall, the room that connected to all the other areas of the ship. I hid in the shadows, and moments later I felt a rush of wind as they ran past me up the staircase.
Huh. Okay. That makes sense. That fits. That meets. Okay.
I waited until they were out of sight, and then I ran.
This is little kid logic right now. It's like, oh, I gotta go get the thing.
Gotta go get my present. Yeah.
I waited until they were out of sight, and then I moved as quietly as I could, down and down and down. Finally, I reached the bottom deck. I ran into the hallway and looked around frantically. There it is!
There it is.
It was just where I thought it would be, sitting under the opening of the vent. I ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran back towards the stairs and freedom...
Creepy man.
The door to the incinerator opened and a man stepped out. It was Hongo.
Hello.
Hello.
Kentaro Hongo. 9 years later, we would call him Ace.
Ah, how wonderful to see you decided to come back.
His smile made my blood run cold. It looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth. Ew!
Come with me. We must continue the experiment.
I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly I began to walk backwards. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, and I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hongo's hand close over my left wrist.
I said come with me.
There was an edge of insanity to his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could. No, stop! Let go of me! Let go! I shook my body and flailed my arms, trying desperately to get Hongo to let go of me. But I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hongo.
Stop struggling, goddammit. Do as I tell you.
He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed, "Help me! Somebody help me!" And suddenly,
Akane!
The door to the stairs flew open. My brother Aoi burst out of it. Behind him came Seven and Snake.
Akane!
He cried my name again as he leapt toward Hongo. You came back! I cried out. But then
You're too late, idiot.
Hongo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator. Ah! The force of it threw me to the floor. I scrambled on my feet and looked toward the open number 9 door. Hongo stood between it and me, and behind him I could see my brother, his fists clenched. But those fists never reached Hongo.
Boop.
With the cold, heartless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Hongo glanced at me mechanically, his face registering that there was an object there, but not anything he would consider a human being. Then he turned away and walked to the red and sat next to the door. He reached into his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. He waved them both over the scanner panel. 2 asterisks appeared on the red. He checked the screen, then tossed the bracelets carelessly onto the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all, and walked past me as though I were nothing more than a rock by the roadside. A few moments later, the 2 other doors slid shut as well. Faintly, I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. I turned around and ran toward the door with the 9.
Akane! Akane, are you okay?
I could hear a voice from the other side of the door. A worried, frightened voice. Help me! My throat was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. My voice echoed lonely around the empty room. What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here.
Where's Hongo?
Hang in there.
Or is it? Yeah, I know, I'm doing all...
He went out the other door.
What?
And it started again.
Warning! Warning!
Warning, warning.
No, this is me.
Okay.
Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
Junpei vision.
Yo.
Okay, we're back.
Incineration will begin in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
Holy shit. Man, I knew I knew what it was gonna say, but that is one hell of a creepy voice.
Oh, come on. I knew it.
It's starting. So I just started the incinerator. Fuck, man, I never thought I'd hear the damn voice again after 9 years.
What the hell? What the hell? What in God's name are you talking about? It's 9 years this and 9 years that, and when it's not 9 years something, then you're talking about some sort of fucking experiments. You aren't making any sense. I guess she doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Listen, we let you out of the loop. I'm sorry, Lotus, but we really don't have time to explain it right now. I can't explain all this shit in 18 minutes, okay? I promise I'll tell you everything once you get out of here. But right now we gotta find our way out, and we're gonna do that next time.
Next time? Is this another inside thing that I don't understand?
Oh, listen, there's a lot of shit you don't get, Lotus. There's a lot of ins and outs. Apparently, I am June and June is me. That's why I got June. I put the June and Junpei, motherfucker. Let's go.
What? Junpei, you've lost your mind.
I lost it 9 hours ago. Thanks for noticing.
More with the 9. You sure it's not 9 years? Are you sure?
I'm not sure of anything anymore.
Poor Lotus.